Summer racing continues, and this time we're going to the mountains of West Virginia for the Grade 3 $500,000 West Virginia Derby. 10 horses have lined up, including a couple of horses that are on a good form streak here. And Mr. Money, can he make it 4 in a row? We'll find out on Saturday. Let's start with the rail. 10 horses entered. Chess Chief for Dallas Stewart. He has a habit of coming in kind of in the money here and in the top 4 in some of these big Derby races. And this one's another one that fits the profile for Dallas Stewart. He's a son of Into Mischief, so right away you've got to question the distance capabilities. He was 4th in the Indiana Derby. Before that, he finished 4th in an allowance race at Churchill Downs. His best race was probably at the Fairgrounds back in March when he picked up the maiden victory. Overall, 1 for 9. And pedigree a little bit shaky for 9 furlongs. But if anybody can get Into Mischief to go 9 furlongs, that guy would be Dallas Stewart. Grump's Little Tots scratched out of a race last week to wait for the West Virginia Derby. In fact, probably a good decision, as that Curlin Stakes came up tough last Friday. Ended up being a kind of a drying out track. So Grump's Little Tots going to move up in class, faces a bigger field, but he does fit form-wise, and he may actually have a little bit of class in this spot. Grump's Little Tots, I think if you're going to consider him, you want him to be on the lead at the third call and dictating the pace, especially with slower fractions, if you're a fan of Grump's Little Tots in this spot. Conative is the Arlington Park, Pennsylvania shipper. He's got some synthetic form, now tries the dirt. Lifetime 1 for 8. Son of Noble Mission has more turf breeding than dirt breeding, and I'm going to have to let Conative beat me. He's got a morning line of 50-1, and you don't see that often in stakes races anymore. Plus Q Parfait. His claim to fame is winning the UAE Derby. Before that, he lost in the Risen Star and the Lecomte Stakes in the Louisiana circuit. In his most recent effort, he was 6th, only 3 lengths out of it in the Belmont Derby, but that was kind of a wide open finish. There was about 7 horses within 5 lengths at the end of that one. So Plus Q Parfait goes back to the dirt where his best races have been run, and he is a closer when he runs his best race. And his best effort, the Kentucky Jockey Club Juvenile, that puts him within a couple of lengths maybe of a few of these contenders, probably still 2 to 3 lengths behind a favorite like Mr. Money. Cornstarch, another one, 30-1 on the Morty line. Arlington Park shipper, he's going to be closing late. Does have the distance pedigree, 1 for 7 lifetime, as a few of these horses are looking for their second lifetime win. And a lot of them are stepping up here in the West Virginia Derby. Going to be tough to win that second lifetime race in a $500,000 race, especially with horses like Math Wizard, Plus Q Parfait, and Mr. Money. Fluminae, Steve Asmussen sends out this son of More Than Ready. 2 for 7 lifetime on the winning end, and his best race, 6 furlongs at Churchill Downs. He's another one, you know, he ran okay in the Iowa Derby. Actually had a little bit of trouble down the lane, was part of the troubled trip notes. I'm not sure what Fluminae can offer at 1 1/8, but Steve Asmussen does do well shipping his horses to West Virginia. Meanwhile, Top Line Growth goes for Kelly Rubley. 3 for 4 lifetime, lost in the Iowa Derby, was bet down late in that race. I think Top Line Growth has a good shot here. She can come off the pace and make a mid-race move, especially with a few of these horses that'll be doing the moonwalk as they hit the turn. So Top Line Growth, definitely a contender. Math Wizard, most recently 3rd in the Indiana Derby. Before that, 2nd in the Ohio Derby. And now he goes to the mountains of West Virginia. Math Wizard, a claim for $25,000. In fact, he was claimed 3 straight races. So this guy moving from the claiming ranks to the Derby ranks, and now this will be his 3rd straight Derby, as he's going to try to get some mileage points, bonus miles, for shipping to all these Derbies. Math Wizard in good form, gets a new jock for this race, and we'll see what he can do as he faces up against Mr. Money, who he lost by 4 lengths the last time out in the Indiana Derby. Math Wizard, probably the 2nd favorite on the board. I prefer Fluminae probably over Math Wizard in this spot, and maybe even a couple of other horses. Mr. Money goes for the Grand Slam here. He's won 3 in a row, the Pat Day Mile, the Matt Win, and the Indiana Derby, and he busted loose late in the Indiana Derby. That was a nice win. His Brisnet speed figures are on the increase. He ran a 99 in the Pat Day, then a 101 Brisnet speed figure in the Matt Win, and most recently he has a 103 speed figure. It's his race to lose. The son of Golden Sense has really turned it around. Is he good enough to face horses in the Travers Stakes? Well, I guess we won't find out. Maybe we'll find out in the Pennsylvania Derby if he wins this one, and that'd be a good logical spot if he makes it 4 in a row. He's going to be 4 to 5. I think he's going to be tough to beat. Mr. Money in great form. He has a speed edge, he has a class edge, and now he looks to make it 4 in a row. Chilean Charge rounds out the field. Not sure if this one's named for Brad Childress. This guy from the outside won by 12 lengths his last race. He's a Pennsylvania bred. Before that, he broke his maiden in an okay maiden race at Woodbine, but that was back in May. So lightly raced, only 5 races, still probably on the improve. That's a look at your West Virginia Derby. Who do you like? Leave a comment. Also, subscribe. More subscribers equals more videos. We're going to have previews this week of the Whitney. We've already got a preview up on Friday's action of the Ali Dar and the Hall of Fame Stakes. And we'll also take a look at the test stakes from Saratoga. Hit subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and leave a note. Who do you like in the West Virginia Derby? We'll see if Mr. Money can make it 4 in a row in the mountains.